It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good last day of 2025. How's it going, Mary?
Oh, boy, good. Yeah, I guess I was just sliding in here at the last second, wasn't I?
I was in for Greg, so I'm on like my fifth cup of coffee, and I'm doing good.
All right.
And I had everything all set up.
Okay,
so I wasn't scrambling.
I didn't realize how late it had gotten. I had shoveled a couple of times this morning, so I thought, well, one more quick before I leave for work. So
it was funny because Derek came in and he goes, I was in for Mary last Wednesday. Am I in for Mary this Wednesday? I'm like going,
no.
I don't think so because
no,
I thought we talked about it.
I kind of pushed it to the end, but no, you would know, and I would have talked to both of you had I been going to be gone today. But here I am.
Yes.
Yeah. No big New Year's plans. Probably going to gather with a few friends late this afternoon and hope to be home by dinner time. And
we're doing a nice little. I'm kind of bummed. I kind of really enjoy doing the hockey games on the sports streaming and the video.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing hockey, so I love watching hockey, and it's kind of fun to always kind of hang out there. But it's a later game today, and we're doing a special supper at Mom and Dad's. You're going to make a nice prime rib and everything. So that's kind of what our family's doing. We're kind of gathering over at Mom and Dad's for dinner, and then heading back to watch some TV.
Okay. Well, we've got one more Christmas that was supposed to happen this last Sunday and got nixed by the blizzard. So we've got that one coming up over the weekend. So looking forward to that. And other than that, not a lot of plans, which is a good plan to have no plans.
It is. I look back. I used to, always go out New Year's Eve, and we'd either go to a house party or we'd go bar hopping and stuff. And at 47, I have learned that I don't need to do that.
It takes a few years to learn that.
Oh, wait, am I 48? I'm 48. Darn it.
Darn it.
Forgot how old I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. I just want to kick back, relax. Especially being in for Greg this morning. I've been up since 4, and so it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna, just relax tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's a good idea. We'll cover some New Year's kinds of things a little bit later in the show. I hope I can find it again. It talked about some of the like top news stories, and there's, and of course you can Google any of those, but some of the most annoying people in 2025. Wow. And I'll just give you a headliner, who tops the list, or should I save it?
Let's save it. Okay. But one thing I do want to kind of do on today's show is it is, New Year's Eve, and you and I have been talking about New Year's resolutions like the last week or so. Let's hear from our listeners. What are their New Year's resolutions?
Yes, absolutely.
Text it in at 321-1926, 321-1926. Obviously 218-321-1926. But text us, what's your New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you resolve to do in 2026? And we'll read some of the fun ones coming up here later on.
And you don't have to worry about us outing you because we don't, we don't even sometimes know where it's coming from. We just see a number. And so no big deal. You don't have to attach a name to anything. But, it's kind of fun. It's just like sharing Christmas gift ideas.
Yeah.
If you share some of these New Year's resolutions, sometimes it sparks a little idea in you. Maybe there's something that you hadn't thought of. Like yours every year is to drink more water, and I think that's such a good reminder. And it's such an easy thing, and it's so attainable. So I'm hoping a lot of people pick that up because I think especially in this cold and flu season, if you stay well hydrated, that I know I sound like a one of those health shows or something. But, I mean, it's a pretty easy thing to do, and it does make a difference.
Get out there, get some exercise, drink some plenty of water, eat healthy,
exactly.
lose weight. It's all here.
I do sound like one of those people. And I did see something in the new year that is coming out that you know me and taking anything that I don't need to take. Now all of these weight loss drugs, the Wegovy and Ozempic and all of those, it appears now coming out early this year. They may already be available, and it is in a pill form that you take, I believe, daily.
I think I've heard about that, yeah.
Rather than the weekly shot. And I saw that some of them are going to be as low as $149 a month. So we were talking about going from $1,000 a month to $149. Now I think Ozempic and Wegovy and all of those have come down dramatically. But I still think it's in the 350 to 400 range a month.
What about your favorite singing and dancing, Jardians?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. No, I can hardly stand it. When that comes on, I just run for the remote to hit mute because I can't have that in my head for the rest of the day.
It is an earworm.
Oh, it's a terrible one. At least, usually I have a good earworm for the week, especially when I sing as part of worship team at church. And it's like the last song that we sing on Sunday morning. That's the one that sticks in my head for the week. And at least it's an okay, it's a good song to have stick.
Yeah.
But you don't want the Jardiance song, just like you don't want, the Barney song or Baby Shark or any of those annoying ones.
I was lucky I missed Baby Shark era and I missed Barney.
As a kid, you did.
As a kid
But-
and as a parent.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Well,
You got to remember, I've got 3 stepkids, and so
Right.
they were
so you
a little
missed
bit
out
further
on that.
further up in age.
Gee,
when
that's too bad.
I know. I've got 3 kids and never had to change a diaper.
Do you know, I don't know how we got started on this, but back in November when I went to Florida with my 3 sister-in-laws, somehow we were in the airport. It was like the first day that we had just arrived in Florida. Somehow I got singing I'm the Happiest Girl in the Whole USA. It's an old Donna Fargo tune. I think she was kind of a one-hit wonder, and a way, way, way back in country music history. But anyway, I started singing I'm the Happiest Girl in the Whole USA, and my sister-in-law was so angry with me because she could not get it out of her head.
Oh, nice.
And if we went for 6 or 8 hours with nobody saying it, I would just burst into song. So it was with her all week long.
Oh, that's evil.
And then we get home, and we all left from Spicer, Minnesota. So everybody gets home, and I'm on my way driving from Spicer now to Fergus, and they are all in their homes. And she's unpacking and doing some cleaning around the house. And she said, I've got I don't know if she uses Pandora or what she uses
Spotify or
something for her music. And don't you suppose I'm the Happiest girl in the whole USA came on. She said, I just got rid of it and it's back. So that is the truth.
I would have if pulled over and got something to eat and texted, hey, are you home? Are you unpacked? Yeah. Are you currently the happiest girl in the USA?
Oh, why didn't I think of calling her and singing it? But I guess Spotify took care of that for me. But boy, those earworms, that's some terrible stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And it was the Jardiance ad, and then there's another ad on TV. There is an ad on TV right now that you will see, and it is for psoriasis treatment. Have you seen it?
There's 80 of them.
Yeah. Okay. So this one says, if this ad is hard to listen to, and all you see is someone's hand and going up their arm, and it's just scabby with.
Yep.
Ugh. And they're going like this, just scratching, scratching, scratching. And you can barely hear the audio because the scratching is so loud. It's so gross. That's another one I have to mute. I have to look away. I'm like, wow, who did that? Stop that. Just take that ad down.
As somebody who's got psoriasis on their leg, it does itch.
Yeah, absolutely it does. But I don't need to hear the scratching and see the scabs. I'm like, oh my gosh, take that off the TV. All right, well, a couple of stories, and then we'll just make it fun on the backside of the program. There is a 40-year Harvard professor that he penned a scathing piece as he bailed out. He said, I've had it, I'm done. They absolutely excluded white males to come into the school.
Wow.
And he said, I just can't do that anymore. Anyway, he said, we had just endured about 2 years under the university's strict COVID regime. This was a form of emergency governance that mirrored to the fault the whole country's uncritical acceptance of the science and its proclivity when backed by public power for just invasions of private life. And he said, I just couldn't do it. Then he referred to the summer of Floyd when violent riots broke out nationwide and George Floyd died at the hands of Minneapolis police. He said the university's response, which he thought would amount to empty virtue signaling, turned out to be much more sinister, suggesting that discrimination against white men in graduate admissions became policy.
Wow.
So he said, in reviewing graduate student applicants in the fall of 2020, I came across an outstanding prospect who was the perfect fit for our program. In past years, this candidate would have risen immediately to the top of the applicant pool. In 2021, however, I was told informally by a member of the admissions committee that, meaning a white male, was not happening this year.
Wow.
He described another instance of an even higher caliber student, one who had gone to Harvard as an undergraduate and had the highest overall academic record of anyone in his class, and whom this man described as certifiably brilliant. He was rejected by every Harvard graduate program to which he applied because he was a white male. So this guy said, enough of that. I'm done. I'm going somewhere else. So.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It is. It is. Charlie Kirk's widow is out there and doing what she can to preserve his memory during the Christmas season. Of course, they have that Turning Point USA. They have that rally every year. It's somewhere in Arizona. I'm not exactly sure where. I've got some friends who attend that every year. And so you can imagine what a difficult year that was for her. Was that October, maybe?
I don't remember.
I think it was October that he was assassinated. But anyway, let's see what else going on. Of course, more stuff happening in Minneapolis, and you know that this fraud is a big deal in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
When NBC is covering it.
Oh yeah.
So you know that it's a big deal because when these NBC, CBS, when they get in on it, it's national news.
And one of the places that was, quote unquote shut down, they were busing kids in and trying to get parents in, and like the neighboring businesses were like, well, we thought that was like shut down years ago.
Yes.
And all of a sudden they're like frantically bringing kids into this.
Trying to cover their butts. Yep. And they even tried, without success, to change the word learning in that misspelled sign above their learning center. Anyway, so now they are trying to cover their butts and say, no, we're only open, we don't get kids till after school. This is a daycare center for after school, so they don't come till after 2. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think they've got them dead to rights. I do feel a little bit sorry for this. I forget his first name. His last name is Shirley. The kind of
like Nick Shirley or something like that?
Nick Shirley, yes. He's done a great job at exposing a lot of stuff, and it's gotten so much play across the country. So much so that people like you and I on the streets of Minneapolis are starting to go and do their own digging into certain places and saying, hey, what are you doing here? And turning people in, kind of like the COVID thing when people were turning in, neighbors were turning in neighbors.
But at least this is fraud.
At least they're going after the right thing this time. They're turning in fraudulent behavior. And so I just think this is going to get more widespread. But Nick Shirley is, he's had a lot of death threats. He's had a lot of, people don't love what he's done. Well, the wrong people, the people who are doing the wrong, of course, don't love that he's uncovering all this stuff. But the President of the United States sure likes Nick Shirley. So anyway, I think life has changed dramatically for this guy. He's been on the news, I think, on every outlet for just about, every day here now for the last week or so. But I'm still hoping. I'm hopeful. I don't want to be skeptic about this. I know it's been going on since 2018. But it's never gotten this kind of play. It's never gotten this kind of coverage. Not national attention, and certainly not attention from the White House. So will we see something change? I sure hope so.
And another thing that's coming out is the vice presidential debate between J.D. Vance and Governor Walz. And what I think Governor Walz was touting was all the support that they give for daycare centers.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like that's not aging well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, no, that isn't going well at all. And I think they'll find when they follow the money, they'll find that a lot of money got dumped into people's president or their
Re-election
political
campaigns.
And what didn't go across the sea to terrorist organizations got used for not the right stuff here either. But I really am hopeful that we're going to see more and more evil exposed and that this situation can be righted. I read this morning, and it was on, or maybe I watched it, it was on Fox News, and they have immediately stopped those payments you and I talked about the other day. Those are done. They are
federal government payments are.
To child care.
We need receipts.
And they vow, of course, that going forward, every state will have to account for every licensure, they'll have to make sure that everything is legitimate from this point forward. So again, let's hope that happens. Of course, tonight is New Year's Eve, and lots of people will be out. Lots of people will be having their house parties. I don't know. Do people? I think people go out for dinner and then call it a night. I mean.
No, there's always parties.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, it's not like it used to be when you talked about bar hopping.
Well, I mean,
I don't think people.
It's because
really
I'm in their 40s. I mean, my kids do it all the time.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, my oldest is 22. I mean, if he wasn't in Mexico right now, I'm pretty sure that's what they'd be doing tonight. And then
do you know what? Good
Jen
for
and
him for being in Mexico. But I just saw yesterday to go to a warm spot and have it be cold. Fort Myers is expecting 39 degrees tonight.
Oh, yeah.
39. Oh, my goodness.
But if they weren't there, we'd be, running,
I suppose,
sober drivers. Jen and I would be the sober drivers, and we'd be driving them home.
That's great. And that is what we hope for tonight is sober drivers. So if you are going to go out, if you're going to even that house party and you're not going to be jumping around, but you are going to imbibe in some cocktails, we hope that you have your designated driver. Or you have somebody that you can call. I don't know if they do have that service anymore.
I don't know. I know Fergus has a new taxi company. I don't know their hours. I don't know much about them. They used to have taxis run through all the bars, but that company's been out of business for a while. So
it kind of fizzled out. All right. Well, anyway, we're just encouraging people to enjoy a New Year's celebration, but to do it safely and responsibly. We want to wake up to the new year with all the good news that we can for 2026.
We don't want you to be on the news.
No, we don't want you on the news. Right, exactly. All right. Well, coming up on the bottom of the hour, of course, we'll break for some market information. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got a New Year's resolution, we'd love to hear it. So you can text us at 218-321-1926, and we would love to share some of those ideas, and maybe, who knows, maybe some of those ideas will be ones that we'll take on and use as our goals for 2026. So we'll be back with more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
The Victor Lundin Company is looking forward to the new year, but first it's time for our after Christmas sale. Save now on deeply discounted holiday items, including home decor, ornaments, cards, and gifts. The Victor Lundin Company, the fun place to shop in downtown Fergus Falls.
KBRFradio.com news. Get the news that matters delivered straight to your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit KBRFradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
Modern marketing with a local touch. That's Leighton Media. We influence audiences across the state using traditional media and a complete portfolio of marketing services designed to grow your business. From event and video production to complete radio branding campaigns, our team is dedicated to helping you. Share your message and get the results your business expects. Ready to make an impact? Connect with Leighton Media today. Our team is ready to work for you. Leighton Media. Your success starts here.
KBRFradio.com is your online home for News Talk 1250 KBRF. You'll find the latest in local and national news, plus sports, and you can podcast or stream live. That's at KBRFradio.com.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Tyler Donaldson with your market update here on the Red River Farm Network. Grains markets trading mixed soybeans still 5.5 to 7 cents lower there. AgMarket.net market analyst Jacob Burks says the grains are stuck in a slow holiday trading pattern with little fresh news to trade off of.
I think what we saw some technical support here this morning and actually kind of propped up the corn market. Wheat tried to find a little bit of a bounce too off some of this technical support that we're bumping up with. Beans, on the other hand, we're seeing probably some more liquidation from this funds as we go into the end of the year. Balancing up some positions. So it's not a real sporadic trade, but it's really a little bit disappointing as we came down here to the lows that we put in December in the soybean market alone, and we didn't hold those so far. So we poked our head through there. It'll kind of depend on how we close this thing here, but
cattle market seeing some reduced volatility.
We go back and look at the summer rally that we took off, and wondering if we would see feeder cattle over 3, wondering if we would see the live cattle break that $2 barrier. It was just slow, steady moves all the time. Get a little bit of a pullback on it seemed like a 30-day series. And, man, we've kind of went back into that a little bit here where we haven't been seeing the dramatic rip your face off up and down. We've had a little bit more choppiness over the last month of December, but in the last, go back and look at the last week of this, we've just seen those steady days that have climbed a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. So when you get those moves that are consistent with higher highs and higher lows, it makes for a fun, strong pull.
You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Protect your livelihood with a livestock risk protection policy through Ag Country Farm Credit Services. With an LRP policy, you're covered if the market price unexpectedly drops for fed cattle, feeder cattle, or swine. Coverage options range from 70 to 100%. Get an LRP policy from a team that knows agriculture. Contact your local Ag Country office to learn more. Ag Country, focused on ag, focused on you. Ag Country is an equal opportunity lender and provider.
During the week of January 12th, Minnesota Wheat is hosting the Small Grain Update Meetings. Speakers include Extension Small Grain Specialist Joachim Wiersma, Legislative Strategist Bruce Clavin, Farm Business Management Instructor Betsy Jensen, and an update from Minnesota Corn and Minnesota Wheat. Meetings Tuesday, January 13th at Dilworth, Wednesday, January 14th at Halstead and Crookston, Thursday, January 15th at Lancaster and Roseau, and Friday, January 16th at St. Hilaire. Visit mnwheat.org.
Dairy pumps that were designed more than 50 years ago do not meet today's large dairy farm requirements. Bopeller pumps by McFinn Technologies were born and patented this century with a unique and innovative design that ensures gentle, low-shear pumping along with efficient, high capacity and long seal life. Bopeller pumps for all your applications will ensure your dairy is operating with 21st century technology. Bopeller is American innovation. Contact your dealer today.
To you and your bottom line matter to us.
We've had a little ridge of high pressure, say a little upward bump in the jet stream.
So if you're an investor, a lot of that money can be either better utilized somewhere else or is costing you a lot more money to keep in commodities.
Many of those same clients in those states are really suffering with some issues on the rainfall shortages.
No one covers agriculture better than the Red River Farm Network. We're reporting agriculture's business.
May wheat Minneapolis is 2 cents lower to 5.87. Chicago May wheat 3/4 cent higher, sitting at 5.22 3/4. KC wheat's 2.5 down to 5.19 1/2. March corn up 1 3/4 at 4.42 1/4. January soybeans are 6 cents lower at 10.40 1/4. January canola in Winnipeg's $1.70 per metric ton, down to $5.92.90 Canadian. February live cattle are 62 cents higher at $231.10. January feeders up 27 cents, $349.82. February hogs up 45 cents at $85.90. Reporting agriculture's business, you're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
When your garage door stops working, life gets inconvenient fast. From broken rollers to full garage door makeovers, Easy Open Garage Doors does it all. Make it easy and give Easy Open Garage Door a call at 770-DOOR.
Winter weather can change quickly and can be hazardous. Listen to News Talk 1250 KBRF for the latest weather-related postponements and cancellations. Brought to you by John's Heating and Air Conditioning and Northwest Tire. Schools, businesses, churches, and events. You can find postponements and cancellations on KBRFradio.com as well. And the Fergus Now app. Weather-related announcements. Brought to you by Northwest Tire and John's Heating and Air Conditioning.
I'm Derek Sidian with KBRFradio.com News. Join me every Friday at 5 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app for the weekly news recap, where I recap this week's hottest local news and you catch up on what you might have missed. From local crime and business news to road construction and car accidents, the weekly news recap keeps you up to date on what you need to know. The KBRF Weekly News Recap is brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonемemorial.com. Memorials that matter.
The Victor Lundin Company is looking forward to the new year, but first it's time for our after Christmas sale. Save now on deeply discounted holiday items, including home decor, ornaments, cards, and gifts. The Victor Lundin Company, the fun place to shop in downtown Fergus Falls.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. It is 9:36 and it's a morning talk. Big shout out to our sponsors each and every day. American Legion. We got also Pioneer Care, Fergus Falls Monument Company, some of our great sponsors.
We're always happy to have those sponsors with us.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
They've been with us a long time, and we appreciate that. And all great people, great staffs, just good places of business in our community. So I think we got three of the best.
Oh, yeah.
That
You have some
sponsor the
phenomenal
show.
sponsors.
Well, you want to talk about the 7 most annoying people or groups of people of 2025? I'm going to start. I'm going to start with number 7. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I take that back. I'm going to start with. I guess it's more than 7. Let's see. Who here do I have for you? Singer Katy Perry.
Oh yeah.
People got really tired of her. Remember, she just went into space with Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, she barely went into space.
Yeah.
It was an
they were
11-minute flight.
11 minutes, and she came back, and she got off the
I'm
craft.
an astronaut.
And she kissed the ground. You've been gone for 11 minutes, sister, you know. Anyway, she is in the cool kids club, so she got to go. Singer actually vowed to put the A in astronaut, made a fool of herself, kneeling and kissing the ground because of that 11-minute rocket ship ride. That must have been true. And she said, "I feel super connected to love." Blah. And anyway, that must be true. She is now dating her own space cadet, former left Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Wow.
So it didn't take him long to get divorced and find Katy Perry. So there you go. Cynthia Erivo, you know that name?
Yep.
She's 2025's it gal. She's everywhere and impossible not to see. NBC said it best. She's proudly bald and has no eyebrows. Throw in nails like Freddy Krueger and the bisexual stars, everything the media want in a celebrity, weird and alternative.
Yeah, she's got like 80 ear piercings and
She's
just
weird.
no.
She's super weird. Great voice. Can't
Oh, great
take that
voice.
away from
Talented.
her.
We can't.
But
Yeah, you're right. You can't
super
take that away
weird.
from her. But
Yeah.
she'd go away.
She is the star, if you don't know who we're talking about, star of the last 2 Wicked movies.
Yep.
Anyway.
And her. Speaking of Wicked movies, her and Ariana Grande both need to be fed cookies because they look
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they
really
need,
skinny, like
they need some
sickly
big
skinny.
sandwiches. Yeah, for sure. really scary skinny.
Yeah.
Not good looking
No.
at all. And certainly can't be healthy.
No.
That is not the look we're going for here.
That's early
girls.
skeleton.
Yes. Kamala Harris makes the list at number 7.
See her on the list.
And this should scare you all. She was recently heard saying, "I am not done. Politics is in my bones." So there you go.
She can run for dog walker of San Francisco.
Well, anyway, she's number 7 on the list of the most annoying people from 2025. I already did Katy Perry and Cynthia Erivo. Pod people, and this includes a lot of people, all these podcasters.
Oh, yeah.
And most of them, I have not ever even heard of. But there's some crazy names out there, and they are crazy people. The world's worst of social media, and they say that they have one thing in common of the worst of these people on social media. One thing in common, and that is hatred. And I think that is absolutely true. So pod people are really, really tough. One of those is Jennifer Welch. Are you familiar with her?
Name sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, they describe her as ghoul-like from one of your worst nightmares with a microphone. But she's one of the pod people that they throw into that one of the worst of social media and that common theme of hatred. The women of The View.
Oh, yes.
Come in at number 2.
Got to be number 1.
And they say that is a reminder that quality is not actually quality.
No.
And you want number 1, drum roll, please,
can I have 2
for
guesses?
the most, yeah, absolutely.
2 guesses.
Yeah, the most annoying man of 2025.
Tim Walz.
Well, no, but he should be. Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right there. Number 1 and 2. I think I would make Kimmel number 2 and put Governor Walz at number 1. So anyway, they say Jimmy Kimmel was funny 20 years ago. So there you go. There's about 7 of the most annoying folks in the country over the last year. What a list, huh?
Well, I mean, the sad thing is, when Jimmy Kimmel started that show, I used to watch it all the time. It was funny. It was kind of groundbreaking. And then it just turned into the same political stuff that you see everywhere else. It's like, you know what? I'm going to move on.
Right. And and he's not funny anymore. And the problem is, think back, for those of you who are as old as I am, old enough to remember and love The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Oh, Johnny Carson, yeah.
You know, and if you're not old enough to have watched it while it was on, you've certainly seen some of the hilarious reruns. But he had some of the most wonderful guests, and he was so classy. He didn't go after people. Nothing was ever political, really.
And he said you shouldn't. I should find his quote where he was asked about why he doesn't go into more political stuff, and he says, "I'm a comedian. Nobody wants to hear my opinion on politics. I'm here to entertain you."
Right.
He goes, "I've got some nights the Republicans are angry at me, some nights the Democrats are angry at me, but nobody should know my political affiliation." Even
in his very funny monologue, he didn't really go after political parties and things that were happening in politics. And he just was a nice man.
Yeah.
And just sort of a regal host to the people that came on his show. He was always good to them. He never, he never tore them down. He asked about their families. He was so good at interviewing them. And his great reactions when somebody would say something that would surprise him. I mean, that was just hilarious.
And you can watch a lot of his episodes on Antenna TV. They've got the old reruns, and Jen and I used to watch those nightly.
And you can find them online all over the place. They were circling through social media a couple of months ago, and some of the funniest skits. Of course, Tim Conway would be on there from time to time, and he was hilarious. Anyway, so that's what those late night shows used to be. They used to be funny and entertaining, and now it's just a long arm
continuation of politics.
It is, and I think there's a lot of hatred there too. Jimmy Kimmel being one of those haters. Anyway.
Stephen Colbert, they're taking the show away. They're like, you know what? Nobody's watching this.
Right, and because he's not funny anymore.
No.
Yeah. You got to be funny to have a late night show, I guess.
You got to have funny. You got to have viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's a reason for these guys that will be going away. Jimmy Kimmel's still on the air, though, right?
Yeah, his contract goes up for negotiation in the spring.
That'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, and he's hinted that he's ready to walk away. Quite honestly,
he might have to.
Yeah.
He should probably walk before they put a collar around him and lead him away. Let's see what else. Oh, there was a funny story in the news about an inmate in Georgia. I don't know if you saw this. He's 52 years old. He actually, at the printing of this, which was earlier in December, remained at large after escaping from Grady Hospital in Atlanta, and he was having a medical examination following a suicide attempt. Then he fled on foot at 1:20 in the morning, stole an SUV, and crashed that. Now continuing his escape, he ordered an Uber to pick him up at a residence. And then, of course, the Uber driver turned him in. Anyway, he didn't make it, and he was recovered one time at Henry County Public Supermarket on Highway 55, but now he is on the lam again. Buzzed haircut, last seen wearing a red hooded sweatshirt and dark blue pants, but this was a couple weeks ago, so he may have changed by now. But I don't think, to my knowledge, they have not found this guy.
You think after they caught him the first time, they might put a little bit of a...
Yeah, I would sure think so.
Keep an eye out for the guy?
Yeah.
Hey, this guy's a flight risk.
I know it. Anyway, they recovered the car that he stole, and then he fled on foot from there is how he got away. So anyway, should be considered armed and dangerous. So somebody shows up at your house with a red hoodie, think twice. But Uber, he called Uber. Hey, I need a getaway car. I don't think he said that, but Uber clearly.
It's coming up as convict from cell number 4.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Let's see what else we have. Oh, boy. There have been some crazy accidents across the country.
Oh, yeah.
The weather this last week has just been terrible. And I wonder, I can't remember. I think this one was in California. And a car rolled, it was snowy, so they were up in the mountains someplace, and veered off the side of the road, I suppose slid, on icy roads, and it flipped over and rolled, and it was very deep embankment. And thankfully, there was a tree in the way, and it was a big enough tree, it stopped the car before it kept plummeting to the bottom of this ravine. And one guy got out. Thankfully, he had been trained militarily. He knew exactly what to do. He went, grabbed the guy, and called for these other people who were getting out of their cars to come and help. And they actually made a human chain.
Oh, I've seen photos of that, yeah.
Very, very interesting. And when I see stories like that, I think, oh, there still are good people in the world. Because isn't it sad? We see somebody pulled over onto the side of the road, and granted, it depends on where you are. But people are a little reluctant to get out of their cars and go and approach someone they don't know what's going on. And if it's somebody just pulled over, I mean, if they're standing outside their car and the hood is open, that's one thing. But even in that case, people are like, should I stop? I bet they have a phone. They'll be okay. Don't you think?
Yeah.
People do that more than they pull over. And especially in this part of the country, not even worried about that kind of stuff. But let's say you're going down a state highway and it's not nice out, snowstorm, it's hard to see, roads are slippery, and there's many cars in a line, and you see somebody pulled over. Do you stop? That's a hard thing for me.
That's a question, yeah.
Because they tell you not to, because you could cause a major pileup, for one thing. You don't know what the road is like in terms of trying to be able to stop instead of hitting the person, perhaps. So those are things that are sort of hard calls when you're wondering if you should help people. But in a situation like this guy didn't flinch. He just
because obviously the person was in distress, because they're gonna plummet to their death. Just think about was it Mount Baldy or whatever in California? They were trying to get the body of a hiker that fell to their death. 500 some odd feet. They went down for one and came back with 3 bodies.
Oh boy.
So it's there's a lot of dangerous spots.
Yeah, there are, but it kind of renews my faith in humankind when I see people just, you know, and they were risking something actually, you know, going off the side of this road and trying to save these people, but thankfully everyone came out of that crash without even being hurt, believe it or not. Thank heaven for a tree.
Well, a tree and somebody who knew what to do.
Wow, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. So anybody weighing in on?
We just got a couple people with the usual lose some weight to get their bills under you know that. So again, 321-1926, especially if you got an oddball.
Yeah, if you've
resolution.
got an oddball one. I saw something this morning that, and this has to do with not only losing weight, but just eating healthier for your gut. Gut health, I think, is a big deal. And I saw something that I am going to do, and it suggested to start your morning out with 2 or 3, depending on, you know, who you are and your weight and height and all that business. 2 or 3 boiled eggs, a scoop of cottage cheese, and cucumber slices. Now, I love all 3 of those things, so that won't be hard for me.
I don't think I could do them together. I could maybe do cottage cheese and cucumber slices.
Oh, eggs and cottage cheese.
Hard-boiled eggs is one of those things where it's like, it's okay, but it's not my favorite.
I love hard-boiled eggs.
I'd rather have the eggs scrambled or fried or something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather have them hard-boiled. I just hate doing it, and isn't that dumb? I mean, how hard is it to boil an egg? But kind of it is. It's hard to get them done right so that, like, the yolk stays yellow instead of turning green. I don't know how to do that.
Isn't it
you know,
boil for 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's kind of a hit and miss thing. Everyone has their own, you know, boil an egg recipe. And I don't know. I don't have much success with that. And I eat it no matter what color it turns out. But
because it's the same.
It is the same. I know. But it's, you know, it's kind of a pain to shell them in the morning. Sometimes the shell comes off really easily, and sometimes it does not. But anyway, I'm going to try that. I'm going to make that my breakfast.
Okay.
For the next week. And I mean, I know I'm not going to, I don't think I'll see any dramatic results or anything, but I think
you might feel better.
Well, I think it's a good way to start with a whole bunch of protein. And that's what this is all about. Protein, and then, of course, you know, low carbohydrate stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that's been out there forever, but I think it is I think it's a pretty good way to follow. Protein is great. Carbs not so much. So if you can hit one and
I might try that. A version of it.
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So one of our longtime listeners, she was in a rotten accident a number of months ago, and she's just been really struggling, multiple surgeries. And
wow.
Anyway, so she said, my New Year's resolution is to get out of my wheelchair and walk again.
Oh.
She says, Happy New Year to you and Dave. And
well, Happy New Year to you, and hopefully everything goes well.
We just want to wish her the very best. I don't think she ever misses our show, and I think even when she was in the hospital, she's probably listening to us. She's just one of our favorites, and a good friend of our family besides. And so we just wish her a happy new year, a really happy new year, and good things, and final healing of all the things that have been troubling her since that accident. So we just hope you have a great new year.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I'm going to try that. That's going to be my first thing out of the chute.
Okay.
That, and I'm going to spin up some smoothies tomorrow.
Spin up some smoothies?
Yep.
You're not going to spin up some soup?
Yeah, and I'm going to make some soup because, well, I got this jug of coconut milk to make soup, and I'm not going to let the rest of it go bad. So I'm just going to make another recipe of the soup and freeze it. I got another gadget that I think, and I think I talked about this last year. It's soup. It's that, I can never remember the name of that rubberized stuff that you can bake in, and
silicone?
Silicone, yeah. Okay, so and I think there's I think it's 2-cup portions, and there's 2 sides. You pour the soup in there. They've both got covers, and then you freeze it that way. So you know you're getting a good share of soup, and then the soup comes out. You can just turn it over and pop that out, and it comes out like an ice cube. And then you've got this soup that's all ready and, ready to make. And we have a lot of short order kitchen kinds of things going on at our house.
Yeah.
So it's great to pop out some frozen soup that you can just heat in the microwave or a pan and have a quick meal. So I think that's another thing I'm going to do tomorrow is whip up some more of that tomato soup because it was really good. And I've got lots of stuff, weird things that I had to add in the recipe that I want to use before they go bad.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And also some stewed tomatoes that I opened and used half a jar. Well, I don't want to waste the second half of those good tomatoes. So, so that's kind of the plan for me. And another thing is to use some of my stewed tomatoes.
Well, there you go.
We made them and we made them and we made them and we canned and canned and canned. And for whatever reason, I just kind of stopped using them. And it's all these beautiful tomatoes and this great sauce and all fresh stuff.
Know what you should make?
What should I
Jambalaya.
make? Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
With shrimp in it? No, you don't like shrimp.
I don't like shrimp. When I make
What you put in
jambalaya,
it?
I use andouille sausage and
I love that.
and chicken are my two. My dad always says it doesn't count if there's no shrimp. I'm like, I don't want shrimp because I'm making it.
Okay, well, I love the andouille sausage.
But yeah,
love that.
it's just basically stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, rice, some Cajun seasoning. I put onions and mushrooms in mine and some bell peppers, some jalapenos, and bada bing, bada boom. There it is.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Well, we're coming up on the end of 2025, the end of our show for 2025.
Yep.
And we'll be back at it again next Monday. I guess. Oh my goodness.
So we venture into my mom's birthday month.
Okay. Oh, we'll make a big deal of this starting next week for sure. So happy New Year, everyone. Celebrate safely. Have a great time tonight and tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you've got planned. And thanks again to our sponsors, to Fergus Monument Company and to Pioneer Care. We're so glad to have you along in 2025, and we'll love having you along next year as well. So happy New Year.